This video is for all British people or other non-EU nationals who intend to be travelling to the EU, specifically the Schengen region, after October 2025. So this is quite a significant change that's coming in, but it seems it's not been publicised particularly and many people are not aware of it. So the EU, again Schengen countries, are introducing a new entry and exit scheme. Is being called the EES, the entry-exit system, which basically means that from now on most of those countries, they will stop manually stamping your passports and all the records of your entry and exit will be kept electronic. So for your purposes, for the traveler, what that means is that from October, anytime for the first time you enter one of these countries, they will take your biometric data, which basically usually means fingerprints, a facial scan, perhaps a photograph. Then for the next 3 or 6 years after that, anytime you enter, you will just have to provide your fingerprints or most probably just the facial scan and all your data will look. So what that means is they are bringing it in stages. So most airports, ports of entry will start this from October, but again from December it will be almost mandatory, and by April, so within 6 months, the manual stamping will stop altogether. So this is something to be aware of. This does apply to children as well. Again, for children, even if they don't take fingerprints, they will usually use the facial scans. So it is important to note. Again, usually this will happen at the point of entry at those countries, but in certain places in the UK, for instance at Dover, London St Pancras, a few other ports, it will actually happen when you're leaving the UK. They will check all these details, take the data from here so that you can then smoothly enter the country that you're going to visit. Like I said, it does apply to all travelers. So make sure firstly that your passports have at least 6 months validity from the date you intend to leave those countries. So not from the date you are entering, but from the date you are leaving. Make sure that your passport was issued within the last 10 years. Obviously, the reason they're bringing this in, again, this is something that people do ask about, that if I'm going to a EU country or a Schengen country, how do they keep track of how long I've been there? So obviously the requirement there is that within a 6-month period, you should not stay there for longer than 3 months. It should just be a short visit. So this is the way that they've come up with now, that rather than just relying on stamps on your passports, they will be keeping electronic tracking of your travel. So it is important, if you do intend to travel to Schengen countries after October, that keep an eye on this development and just be aware of it.